This video, we will learn how to use Mocha to use test hooks in our test cases. All right, we're gonna learn how to use before each, after, only, and skip. So please keep tuned until the end of the video to keep learning every single thing that I'm telling you. Welcome back. This is JoanMedia, and please subscribe if you want to keep learning about technology. Thank you very much for watching this video, and let's go ahead with this beautiful video about test hooks in Cypress. So let's go ahead and create another integration file. All right, it is gonna be called hooks.js, for example. So let me just give you an introduction of hooks. Basically, hooks are also borrowed from Mocha. All right, if you want to learn more about this, you can go to the Mocha documentation to learn about it. And another detail that I want to tell you is basically that these are helpful to set conditions that you want to run before a set of tests, or actually before each test or after each test. They're also helpful to clean up conditions and do different things that you don't want to make again in different line of codes. It is going to help you to avoid code duplication too. So let me just give you an introduction, and let's see the order that the hooks have. All right, so basically the order will be this one, order, and we're gonna have before, right, the before method. We're gonna have the before each method. All right, we're gonna have the test execution, for example. And then we're gonna have after each, for example, too. And we're gonna have after, right? So right now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to explain you with some words what's the basic order of these methods. So the before is gonna be executed once, and as soon as the first test case is, or test script is executed, all right, it is gonna be executed just once. Then the before each method is gonna be executed, as the name says, before each test script, all right, is executed. Then we have the test execution. It doesn't have a lot of explanation. And after each is gonna be executed after each test script. I'm sorry, I'm I'm saying twice is executed. I'm sorry. And executed after each test case, and after is gonna be executed once again, only once. Have that in mind. Executed once as soon as the last test script is executed. All right. So that's basically the how it works. Let me give you an example with actually real code. All right, so let's go ahead and create a describe. It's gonna be called the hook demo. All right, we're gonna have and actually place a callback function here, function, and inside of this describe, we're gonna place three different its. All right, it is gonna be the first one, test case number 1, to give you an example, is gonna have a callback function too. This was explained in the past video, right? If you want to keep learning about what is a describe, what is a init, what is a specify, what is a context, you can go ahead and watch the last video that you will see in my channel. And we're gonna create another its. We're gonna place test case 2 and test case 3. I'm sorry. So I have this. I'm sorry. It is the number 2, and we have the number 3 here. Now, what we have to do is basically, have a console log in each one of them to have tracking of what is happening, right? So we're gonna come here. We're gonna place a console.log test case number, and we're gonna specify just the number is here, 2 and 3. Now if I run this with our console, actually with our test runner, we're gonna see how it works. We are gonna have a new hooks.js file in the test runner, and if I run this, you will see how my test cases are executed, right? So we have describe kind of test suite named hook demo or demo, and we have 3 different test cases. Now we're gonna place different hooks to explain how it works. All right, so let's go ahead and do it. We're gonna at first create a before. The before is gonna have function, callback function, and we're gonna specify what we want to specify here, right? So I want to specify the command ci.log. Then we're gonna, in another video, we're gonna see what is this command and have more details about it. But basically we're gonna return a before in a string. All right, now we want to specify another function here, which is before each. All right, we're gonna have another function here, and we're gonna have a callback function, and we're gonna specify in the log file, actually in the log, that this is a before each function. All right, and then if we want to, we can specify at the end, or actually we can specify in the line number 17. However, I want to do it, I'm sorry, in the line 21, but I want to do it here. After each, it's going to have a function, and you will see that we have another callback function inside, which ci.log named after each. Okay, then we can have another hook, which is after, right? And inside of this function, we're gonna have a callback, which is gonna have ci.log after. All right, now we have the hooks set. I think that if I execute this, it's gonna be actually better to understand what is happening. If I open, for example, the first test case, you're gonna see 3 logs. All right, the first one is a before all, which is actually the before method that I have specified. Then we have the before each and after each. If you remember what I told you before, every single before each and every single after each is gonna be executed once it is executed and once it is finished. It is going to happen in every single test case of your describe in that particular case. So that's how it works. And as you can see, for example, the before method, it is only executed in test case number 1 as soon as the first test case is executed, as I told you before too. So if we take a look at the test case number 3, you will see that we have before each and after each as expected, but we also have another method named after, and it is executed as soon as the last test script is executed. And actually, it's executed. So as you can see, how is that the test hooks works in Cypress. And let's take a look at other 2 methods or other 2 possibilities that we have with Mocha, which is, for example, the skip and also the only. Let's take a look at how it works. So what we're gonna do here is in the code. Let me just check if I'm recording. I am. Everything is working fine. Yeah, it is. So what we're gonna do here is explain you how to skip and test case, and actually how to you can only execute one test case, the only one that you want to execute. So for example, let's take a look and skip the test case number 2. For example, I don't want to execute it, and if I take a look about the execution, you will see this symbol over here, which is a kind of a skip symbol, and the test case 1 was executed and the test case 3 too. However, the second one was not. It doesn't have lock, and it is actually kind of unavailable, right? It is a skip. Now what happens if you only want to execute the test case number 3? You just have to specify the that only after you write down it, for example. And if I save this and I execute again the test case, you will see that only test case number 3 was executed. So that's it, guys. I guess that this video was very straightforward, to the point, because that's what you want, right? Videos with is information that help you to understand things, and I try to provide you with a lot of knowledge in this one if you don't have any idea about hooks. Thank you very much for watching the video. This was JoanMedia. Thank you, guys. See you in the next one. Please subscribe and let a like, and See you soon. Thank you. Bye.